there's been a lot of changes this offseason for your team. How do you feel your chances are in the AL East?
I mean, I love our chances. You know, it's been... Man, guys, keep it on the field.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. Boys, are we back? Are we officially back? Are we winning? Check this out. Here's Disney stock over the last 5 years. Oh man, it is so delicious to see. Target blames its Pride-themed collection for 5% sales slump. It's first in 6 years after Backlash saw stock drop by 14 billion, 27 billion in loss for Bud Light, as Bud Light is screaming for salvation from the UFC. And it seems as though we are officially back, ladies and gentlemen. This tweet caught my eye. Now, I'm not a big time sports fan, okay? I didn't even watch the World Series, all right? Scream at me all you want. We got a channel to run here. It's not a sports channel, but sports is part of our culture, just like Disney and just like Target and just like Bud Light, parts of the culture, and so it weaves in. And we covered sort of the Dodgers and Drag Night and everything like that, and the desecration of Christianity and Pride Night in sports and everything. And you know, would you have a MAGA night? Would you have Christianity night? Like, what we're talking about here is not effectively like to make every sports team a church, right? And put a giant like cross. We're saying it's going to be sports, if it's going to be something in culture that we all share and that everyone is supposed to go to for a little escapism, much like Hollywood used to be, then leave your effing agendas out of it. There was one team that did that. One team that left their agendas out of it. And this team just won the World Series. Texas Rangers. This tweet caught my eye from Robbie Starbuck. It's a great account. You should follow him. The baseball season began with the preseason favorite to win the World Series, the Dodgers, honoring drag queens that mock Jesus, and ended with the Rangers in the World Series with shirts that say Jesus won. Ooh, baby. Really? Is that so? And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Another reason why you should root for the Rangers, the Jesus won shirt. Shoving nothing in your face, not paying people to desecrate religion or to insult you, just simply quietly, calmly stating what you believe. Jesus won. And what do you know? The Rangers ended up winning the World Series. The Rangers were the only team that did not have a Pride Night drag show in the Major League Baseball season. I'm not saying that's the reason why they won, right? But it sure is helpful to focus on playing baseball and to calmly and peacefully and quietly affirm your belief system, right? And then to carry forward with the work you have at hand, which is to win a baseball game, not to promote a political ideology. I got to be perfectly honest, as much as I would love it, if Bud Light put Donald Trump on a can, right, instead of Dylan Mulvaney. Or if they had MAGA night, okay, or Second Amendment night at a sports stadium. I don't even know, all these things. As much as I would love that, I would also think that's kind of wrong. Like, you shouldn't have MAGA night, at your local baseball stadium. And so why would you have the Sisters of the Perpetual Indulgence come and do dances desecrating Christian iconography, Christ, the cross? Like, what would you do that? You're doing that to be overtly offensive to religious people. Much like MAGA night would be offensive to Democrats, that happen to cheer for your sports team. It's beautiful to see a team that didn't embrace the poison of making everything agenda-driven and political-driven win the World Series. Less than 2 months after Evan Carter went from playing AA baseball to starting in the World Series, just at 21, the rookie outfielder for the Texas Rangers is living a dream come true and praising God in the process. He said in an interview, Carter told reporters he's grateful for the opportunity in a Jesus Won shirt. You're going to love it.
Well, congratulations. How does it feel to be here?
It's unbelievable. I'm grateful. Thank God for the opportunity. I'm just happy to be here. I'm ready to get going. I'm excited to help the team win.
Did this enter your mind at any point this season?
Obviously the goal is not to be a minor leaguer for your whole career. You want to make it to the big leagues and help the team win a World Series. So yeah, this is obviously, this is the first step to that. So I'm really excited.
This team is.
Boom. Okay, so this is a man who just straight up calmly, quietly, not screaming, demanding, or projecting into anyone's face, professing his faith. This is what happened when the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, who are drag queens that are dressed like nuns, who openly and overtly desecrate Christian symbols for fun, were welcomed at the Dodgers game. There you go. This is what it looked like in the stadium. Really a bang up crowd here. What did it look like outside the stadium?
The LA Dodgers finally came to an end last night with thousands protesting outside the stadium and relatively few people inside to witness this ceremony that sparked the uproar in the first place. The previously disinvited but then re-invited LGBTQ plus group of satirical nuns known as the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence were honored with the team's Community Hero Award. But it was handed out an hour before the first pitch for safety reasons, the Dodgers said, and just 2 of the nuns were on the field while very few fans were in their seats. But outside the stadium, take a look at this video. 2,000 protesters, including fans and people of faith, were very upset this group was being honored, not because of their charitable work, but because of the sisters' flamboyant outfits and makeup that many Catholics feel mock not only nuns, but religion itself, some calling it outright blasphemy. The LA Archbishop even held a mass yesterday to, quote, heal the harm caused by the Dodgers.
Based. And hey, by the way, let's check the record here. Christians Right Again, member of the controversial group honored by the Dodgers, arrested in public for lewd act, police say. Dodgers honored the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence in June, and a shocker, ladies and gentlemen, a member of this blasphemous group was arrested. Later identified as 53-year-old Clinton Morrell Ellis Gilmore inside of a parked car. Deputies dispatched to the area to report a male later identified exposing himself in the driver's seat of a parked vehicle. Oh, okay. Got it. Authorities said multiple witnesses reported that Gilmore sat in the vehicle and committed lewd acts while the door was open. Great job. And there you go. And here's them celebrating. I'm not sure if one of those is Gilmore, but here's them celebrating that group. Good job, Dodgers. Shocker that you didn't win the World Series. Really shocker. When this kind of when you're a team that is celebrating these kind of things. Guess who else was a member of the Sisters of the Perpetual Indulgence? Sam Brinton. God, it's too good. The person who stole all of the women's clothing and is committed to these felonies and is being charged across America for multiple felonies of theft. The nuclear waste specialist who worked at the Department of Energy for Joe Biden, in charge of the Sisters of the Perpetual Indulgence chapter in D.C., Sam Brinton. Oh, man. Oh, it can't get better than that. Can't get better than that. Speaking of Washington, D.C., the pitcher for the Nationals, the baseball team in D.C., Trevor Williams, doubles down on his criticism of the Dodgers for hosting controversial LGBT alphabet group, Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. We cannot stand idly by while our Lord is mocked. Whew. It's nice to actually see some balls on a Christian. It's nice to actually see a Christian standing up against the desecration of their faith. What happened to our religion? What happened? We used to be a very muscular religion. Used to be a very strong religion that could project good morality on people. It's a positive thing to stand up for your principles. Stand up for your faith. You are required to do so as a Christian. Top MLB pitcher calls for immediate boycott of the LA Dodgers for Pride Night blast, blatant, deep, offensive mockery of religion. I know I'm not alone in my frustration, hurt, and disappointment about the situation. He would go on to do an interview, this pitcher, and explain exactly why this desecration everyone of faith should be standing up against it. Again, it just seems like the good guys are winning these days. It's wonderful to see. We live in a dark world. We live in a sunken place. It always has been. And it's nice to see people, like, it's nice to see salt and light in the world and people fighting back. Watch.
And like I said, that's been read 19 million times. Trevor, why did you feel so strongly that you wanted to make that statement?
It had to be said. We cannot stand idly by while our Lord gets mocked. And before I hit send, you try and do as much research as you can, right? You see the horrific videos that were posted of them. You read about what they were trying to do. These things that are deeply offensive to us. And then you see that, well, they're doing these things. They're raising money for this, that, and the other. They've been doing it for over 30 years. But it was the point when the Dodgers re-invited them after knowing very well what they've been doing for the last 30 years.
To give them a Community Hero Award.
Correct. And at that point, I looked at the Dodgers Code of Conduct. And I'm like, look, or the Dodgers Fan Code of Conduct, and it said you cannot wear anything or say anything that goes against anybody's age, gender, creed, religion. And at that point, it was like, this is going against their code of conduct. It's a blatant anti-Catholic message that they're sending, regardless of how much, quote unquote, good they've been doing in their community. But when I saw how deeply offensive it was, doing awful things to the cross, doing awful things about Stations of the Cross, like it became a point where these negatives are not, they shouldn't be honored, and they shouldn't mock a certain group.